more shotguns. SuperHot Mind Control Delete. It's got a prettier shotgun model than the first installment, much nicer posing on screen and more shiny. But everything else is pretty much the same, so I won't spend too much time repeating myself. You can melee enemies with it too. Not your average shotgun experience, but one slow-mo bullet dodging shooter worth trying. Bullets per minute. I had a hard time getting used to this game, and I'm a rhythm game fan too, but it eventually makes sense and you can pop off rounds with some pleasure with this shotgun. It's the first of 3 shotguns on offer throughout this procedurally generated campaign. This pump action is a nice looking gun, but it feels quite lightweight when shooting, not helped when the enemy impacts are pretty basic. You'll get visual confirmation of landed hits, but there's no staggering or emotional reactions going on to make these creatures feel real, so it's incredibly wooden in that respect. The gun's animation work is done very well, considering it's to the beat restriction, and it all sounds suitably clunky and clicky too. Upgrades to the gun are your usual modifiers, more damage, bigger clip, explosive rounds, etc. Nothing changes the gun's appearance or adds secondary functions to the weapon, however. I didn't even know this was a shotgun pistol until I looked it up afterwards. It's a very unique looking thing for sure. It's not exactly thrilling to fire, however. Credit for trying something quirky and new, but it's still just doing what its bigger brother does, just with less range and clip size. This is where some sort of secondary ability or fire mode would have helped differentiate more. It's just down to RNG luck if you get the usual stats upgraded to be really useful. The Sawn-off shotgun is definitely the most fun of the bunch, carries much more weight to its shots and you get that satisfaction of getting in close to land the biggest blow before evading return fire. I eventually got the stats maxed out and it was just destroying every boss encounter. Especially with unlimited ammo magic found along the way. The animation is really nice on this too, very snappy, even if a little bit warped on closer inspection, not that you'll notice during gameplay. Impact effects on environments are well done, but where's the bullet holes? Don't like seeing those missing from modern FPS games. Overall, these shotguns perform about the same, so we'll round their scores up as 1. Nothing spectacular, but not bad either. Across the board, it's a very standard but passable shooter, wrapped up in a special rhythmic package. Hellbound!
Triple shotgun.
Right, this looks pretty hideous and it's posed on screen awkwardly. The sound effect is a bit overbearing, needed to dial it down from 11, make it more refined. It's satisfying to shoot enemies with, however. You get a good effective range with regular fire and an up-close 3-shot alt-fire punch that, when timed right during the frantic battles, is oh so juicy. But once again, where's my bullet hole decals? Not impressed environments are completely inert to your weapon fire. Some things should be left in the 90s, you know. Enemies stagger and jib like you expect in a brutal over-the-top game like this. It's a simple thing, but those staggers allow you to manage big crowds of enemies, bringing tactical gunplay into battles that a 90s shooter really needs, as well as making enemies feel real. It's well done enough, just the visual style is way too much for my liking. So they have the fundamentals down quite well for the shotgun, but it all needs a bit more polish in the modelling, textures and sound. Post-Void. This game is optical vomit. The shotgun on offer is incredibly basic too. Enemies drop in one hit, which is nice, and keeps the adrenaline pumping to make sure you well place hits as you race against the clock to find the exit, but there's really nothing else here to talk about. Some random perks come and go each level, so you may get rubber bullets, less reloads or explosive rounds, but it really doesn't change anything. Another RNG FPS to throw on the bargain basement pile. Please consider supporting on Patreon. I love it!